What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and this is kind of a serious video as thousands of people's personal information is now looking to have been leaked out there, or reportedly leaked out there. Everybody who's donated to the GiveSendGo campaign for the truckers' convoys data has been compromised. The website was taken down, redirected to a new website, which we're going to go into. But this is actually nuts. Tens of thousands of the people who donated, including like IDs and all sorts of stuff like that, has been leaked. Blue check marks on Twitter are sharing this information. It's a disaster. You would think that hackers would be behind not having mandates, but apparently maybe there's some glowing opportunity here where the government is trying to make it look like some Anon group did it. I don't know. So this was first broken, or at least shared by me, from Mikhail Thalen, who writes at the crap website, The Daily Dot. Breaking: GiveSendGo, the crowdfunding website used by Freedom Convoy, is now redirecting to the domain givesendgond.wtf. A video from the Disney film Frozen, all right, kind of funny, now appears alongside a manifesto condemning the website and the Freedom Convoy. You can see, attention GiveSendGo grifters and hatriots. The Canadian government has informed you that the money you a-holes raised to fund the insurrection is frozen. TD Bank has frozen several accounts. You helped fund January 6th. Oh my God. You helped fund everything in Ottawa. In fact, you are committed to funding anything that keeps the raging fire of misinformation going until it burns down the world's collective democracies. This does not sound like any hackers I would know. I mean, I guess there are leftist hackers, I suppose. And so on behalf of sane people, not on behalf of me, worldwide who wish to continue living in a democracy, I'm now telling you that GiveSendGo itself is frozen. A convoy trucks to protest poke requirements, and it goes on for all this stuff. A file allegedly containing tens of thousands of names of those who donated has now been leaked. Working to further verify. It was an S3, which is an Amazon hosting bucket. An S3 bucket run by GiveSendGo was found to be leaking pictures of driver's license, military IDs, passports, and other sensitive docs just days ago. Sources tell me that despite an attempted fix, the bucket was exploited again to allow the takeover of the entire website. GiveSendGo appears to have fixed the issue, this was last night, that redirected visitors to a website set up by the hackers. The original hacker domain also appears to be gone. The leaked data appears to include email addresses, IP addresses, zip codes, as well as full names. The journalism collective, DDoS Secrets, has secured a copy of the leaked donor data from GiveSendGo. Given the sensitive nature of the data, DDoS Secrets says it will only be providing copies to journalists and researchers. What? Why do journalists deserve to have doxed data? Seems kind of weird, doesn't it? Why are random blue checkmarks on Twitter getting stolen sensitive data? Why don't you just give it to the government, too, while you're at it? This is not the same issue that was reported by TechCrunch last week, or the follow-up piece I did on the issue not being fixed, which saw pictures and IDs and others exposed. The hack and leak of alleged donor names, emails, and IP addresses, etc. is new. And now you can see hackers take down an act. So Trudeau to invoke Emergencies Act to deal with the Freedom Convoy, only used once before in peacetime by his father. Hackers take down $8.6 million GiveSendGo and set up for the truckers, release names of donors, and replace the front page with Frozen clip. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is reportedly considering invoking the country's Emergencies Act, which grants powers that have only been used once before in peacetime to initiate a federal crackdown on freedom of speech and the right to assemble. Oh, they don't have that there, I guess. This is actually nuts. In a rare Monday meeting with his Liberal caucus, he planned to invoke the act, but denied having any plans to deploy the military, sources familiar with the matter told CBC. Though the protesters have been cleared from the Key Ambassador Bridge, where about 30 protesters were arrested on Sunday, large demonstrations continue to paralyze the streets of Ottawa, and protesters are blockading several border crossings in Western Canada. The 1988 Emergencies Act allows federal government to override the provinces and authorize special temporary measures to ensure security during national emergencies anywhere in the country. Is that like when we send in the National Guard, maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's similar to that. The legislation, previously known as the War Measures Act, has only been used 3 times in Canadian history during 2 world wars in the 70s, 2 world wars and in the 70s by Trudeau's father, a late prime minister, after militant Quebec separatists took a British diplomat. Okay. As tensions boil over, Ontario's premier announced Monday that the province will lift its proof of vaccination requirements in 2 weeks, but claimed it was not because of the protesters over the mandate, but because it was safe to do so. Bull. Meanwhile, hackers knocked the fundraising site GiveSendGo offline in an attack targeting the campaign that raised $8.6 million to support the Freedom Convoy demonstrations. The incident Sunday night redirected visitors to a taunting video from Disney's film Frozen and a message slamming the Freedom Convoy as an insurrection. Of course, totally not used, like, it's totally not the language that the government's been using, right? By the way, you know what these quote-unquote journalists are going to do with the information, right? With the information that was obtained illegally, but because they have a blue check mark in their name, they get to have it. They're only going to out, like, politically expedient figures, right? And I've seen some weirdos who are like some weirdo leftists. I saw a tweet from somebody last night where people were commenting on it saying, awesome, I'm going to pull this data and see if any of my neighbors donated. That's chilling. That's right. The leaders of this movement are known extreme people who publicly stated that they want to overthrow the government. Incorrect. They held a city hostage for weeks. Incorrect. While terrorizing the peaceful citizens who live there. Incorrect. Trucker convoys are now either taking place or being planned all over the world. Good. Has anyone really thought about how dangerous this is, especially during these times? Who wrote this? This seems like a government op. That's what it seems like to me. This is like the manifesto they put here reads like a leftist meltdown. Governments and law enforcement need to consider the possibility that some of these folks may not simply be ordinary truckers who are fed up with the requirements. Yeah, who are they? Who are they? You can obviously see here, you know, like, is money coming in from around the world that isn't in Canada, from Canada? I'm sure. I'm sure it is. Is there money that is getting put in there by nefarious people? I don't know. Probably. Is there money that's put into all the Super Soldier Summer of Peace campaigns this last summer? Were there outside operatives putting money into that? Yep. Nobody cared, though, did they? Billions in damage from that, from the Summer of Peace here, and suddenly, you know, that's fine. That's okay. And the number of arrests are like nothing. 11 people arrested on some, you say, in courts on Monday. The Alberta RCMP said it recently became aware of a small organized group with larger coups within the larger Coots protest. Yeah, there are always going to be bad actors. And it's really the people who are there peacefully protesting, it's their job to police who's around them. It really is. You have bad actors coming in there, you need to get them out of there. And also you have ops coming in there, glowies coming in there, you need to point them out because we know they're probably there. I'd be interested to hear from somebody who's genuinely having their life ruined by a couple of trucks parked in streets. But I don't know. I suspect that there is at least a possibility that somebody within the government did this and tried to make it look like it was, Anon doing it. Because it reads like something Trudeau would say himself. It reads like a Joe Biden tweet, or a Kamala Harris tweet, or a Fauci tweet. It comes only days after the official Twitter account for the Freedom Convoy was permanently suspended from the social media site. A spokesperson told Newsweek on February 8th, the day of the suspension, the account was permanently banned for violating Twitter rules on ban evasion. Why were they banned in the first place? The Excel spreadsheet is real. When I search a Facebook commenter from GiveSendGo on where they are, they're on there. Same city. You should not be allowed to donate to Terry causes no matter what country you're in. Over a half of the donations are from the U.S. by my estimation. So? How much money was poured into the United States for BLM? I don't know. I hope nothing bad happens to the people whose names are now out there. That absolutely sucks. And look, I'm not letting GiveSendGo off the hook here too. They've took in a lot of fees from all this money. They should have been paying attention to their site security. Absolutely insane. Be safe, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.